So the price action on Zbcn is looking kind of interesting. I'm going to pull up the charts and get into all of that a little bit later on. We're also going to talk about some news on Zbcn. Did we just get a leak? This is one you guys definitely don't want to miss, trust me. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you do your own research. Before I get into the video, if you're looking for a great crypto exchange, check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000, no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that's interested. But getting into the video here, if we kick things off by taking a look at the crypto bubble. So right now, these are coins from 101 to 200. We can see that for the most part, it looks like it's kind of a mixture, but I think I'm seeing a little bit more green than I am red. You see useless coin up 34%. It's just people are buying random stuff this bull cycle, like the most completely random stuff, like useless. A market cap of 221 million right now. Is just, you never know where the hype is going to shift next. But one thing is for certain is some coins that have hype right now, sometimes the hype dies down and it disappears forever. And others, they get hype, they lose it, and then the hype comes back and the explosion just becomes epic. Zbcn does have the potential to do one of those things, right? Where the hype looks like it's cooled down right now, but in the future, it could pick back up and it could be completely epic. We'll see how everything actually plays out. We can see here on the bulls, though, that Zbcn, as of right now, is down 3.8%. But let's get into some very interesting stuff. So they posted this 2 hours ago on their X account. So it says, gearing up for an incredible evening tomorrow with our guests and partners at Ethereum Community Conference in France, co-hosted by Cointelegraph. So that's cool. Details are exclusive to confirmed attendees. Can't wait to see you there. All right. So again, details are exclusive to confirmed attendees. And then I came across this on X. So it says they left everything in the details except the last paragraph about the physical cards, but we got leaked an invitation from an attendee. Who? Zbcn. All right, so we did potentially get a leak from that conference. Let's read what this says right here. So let's see. It says, up here, it's not really much, but down here, join the global network of Zbcn and Cointelegraph as we bring together the who's who of crypto. Here are the latest industry trends from our guest speakers representing tier 1 VCs, exchanges, and launchpads. Learn from other founders in the space as we navigate a year of evolving narratives, shift in regulations, and a crypto renaissance in the US. Zbcn will launch the physical version of the Zbcn Carbon Card to a highly select group representing all major verticals of Web3, dressed to impress for a night that will forever leave its mark on nascent history of the crypto industry. So sounds like pretty exciting stuff there. Let's see what people have to say according to that post right there. So this person says, damn man, this may be the week we hear some big news. And yeah, we definitely could get some big news on Zbcn, but if you've already done your research and you looked into Zbcn and you're bullish on Zbcn, then it's a matter of having patience at this point, right? But I always tell you guys, don't be bullish just because I'm bullish. You have to remember that I got in super early, and even though the price has pulled back quite a bit, I think it's pulled back maybe just over 50% from its all-time highs, but it's pulled back quite a bit, right? I am still up on the investments that I have in Zbcn because I got in super early, right? And I got in before the hype. And when it comes to investing, you have to try to get in before the hype. Don't wait until everyone's talking about this specific coin, any coin. It doesn't only have to be Zbcn. Don't wait until everyone is talking about it. You're seeing millions of YouTube videos. At that point, you have to realize that, okay, maybe I need to wait for a dip before finding a entry into that project. It's just like XRP, for example, right? Every single YouTuber pretty much was talking about XRP because XRP already took off. And if you are someone that FOMO'd into XRP, right now, you're obviously down on your investment. And a lot of times what happens is someone will buy something at the very peak and they try to convince themselves that they bought it at those levels because they're holding it long term. But I say, everyone's a long-term holder, a long-term investor. until the price starts to go down. So make it easy on yourself and always try to look for great entry prices into these coins. Always look at the charts first to know where you're buying these coins at. Don't just throw your money in randomly because people are talking about it and you think it's going to run up forever. There's always going to be a pullback on every single coin in the crypto space. And if you're invested in stock, there's always going to be a pullback in the stock market as well. How big of a pullback? Sometimes, it all just depends. But yeah, let's get back into things. If we check out the price on Zbcn, right now it's at 0.0033. Okay, but check this out. On the year, it is still up 183%. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Now, this thing went up to like 0.0071 at its peak, so it's down more than 50%, all right? But always look for a pullback, right? Because people that got in all the way down here at the very bottom, right? You go all the way out, like the very bottom, like us, right? We got in all the way down here, so we're still up. Even if someone got in at the very bottom, they decide not to take any profits at all, they're still up 183% on their investment. Okay, so even though the charts aren't looking the greatest on Zbcn, you have to remember people got in early and they took profits, which is natural, and a pullback was obviously going to happen. Nothing runs up in a straight line forever. Now, if we check out the volume in the last 24 hours, it's up 32%. And the market cap is 282 million, right? So yeah, again, it's pulled back quite a bit, but early investors got in below 100 million market cap, $78 million market cap, somewhere around there. There's going to be taking profits. That's going to happen. It's just obvious. It's natural. You can't expect this thing to run up forever, right? Now, if we look here at this indicator, we're in a bearish momentum that was fired a couple times. The last one that was fired, what was this? This is a 4-hour time frame on June 29th. That's the last bearish momentum that was fired. So just yesterday, right? We haven't seen a buy zone in a bit. The last buy zone was fired June 21st. All right, so it's been a little while since we've seen a buy zone, but take this in. I want you guys to really look at this correction that's happening. So I've talked about this level, since the double top that happened here when Zbcn reached all-time highs of 0.0071. I talked about this double top, and that showed that a potential reverse was going to happen, and obviously the reverse will happen. I said that I could see this thing falling to about 0.0033. It came down to 0.0032. Now, this level definitely needs to hold. If this level breaks, there is a scenario where I can see us coming down to 0.0020. All right, so I want you guys to definitely keep that in mind. It's good to buy the dips, and I'm not only talking about Zbcn, I'm talking about every coin in the market. It's good to buy the dips, but you have to make sure that you don't end up running out of money. You can't be buying every single dip. The coin drops 5%, you buy the dip. The coin dropped 15%, you buy the dip. You have to look at where you got in. You have to look how much money you have invested in this coin. So for example, let's say you bought Zbcn up here at the very peak at 0.0071, right? At the next time you should be, and let's say you put in a good amount of money. The next time that you want to buy the dip, in my personal opinion, is after this thing drops at least 50%, because you already bought at the peak of the charts, right? You can't be buying this thing forever, because eventually you're going to start downing yourself and then you're going to not be able to sleep at night. Okay, so if you buy something at its very peak and you put in a significant amount of money, you went all in or whatever, the next time you should be even considering buying the dip is if it drops like at least 50%. And then after that, after it drops 75% from where you bought it at. All right, that's what I think. I mean, obviously this is how I approach things, but I don't buy things at peaks anymore. If I do buy something at a peak, I'm throwing in like $100, nothing that I'm gonna miss. If it goes to zero, it goes to zero. But yeah, I always say have a trading strategy, stick to it no matter what. But Zbcn right now, it's at a crucial level. This area definitely needs to hold. If it holds, then it shows that maybe this is going to act as a very solid support level, but the next couple days is going to be very telling, and we need some very bullish news for Zbcn to continue to hopefully make its way back up again. But the overall market itself, isn't really doing the greatest. And like I've mentioned before, Zbcn seemed to have caught up with the overall market. Before Zbcn was doing its own thing, we're laughing all the way to the bank, making all this type of money, but now it's caught up with the rest of the market and it's kind of just all over the place, support levels being broken and all that sorts of stuff, right? But what are you guys doing with Zbcn? Are you still bullish? Are you still holding? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that you're going to eventually get out because you can't take the selling pressure anymore? Just let me know in comment section down below. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links. And until next time, take care.